guys, it's Nacho here. Welcome back to another Win Back video where Manchester City have been crowned champions of the Premier League, PSG have been crowned champions of the French League, and PSV are the Dutch champions. But we're kicking off Manchester City, who have been crowned champions this weekend by winning against Tottenham by Manchester United, who got beat this weekend by rock bottom West fucking Brom. But we're going to start with Manchester City, who have been crowned champions, have been the best team in the league by a street. They play the best football, they have the best squad, the best manager, pretty much they are the best. But what I want to say is this the best Manchester City team ever in Premier League history? That remains to be seen, because we've had some really great teams over the years, like Manchester United's team that won the treble in '99, also they won the double, they won the treble as well. They won the treble as well in 07-08. Also the Invincibles, which for me is my favourite team of the whole Premier League sort of, you could say, era, because they had a core. They could win ugly, they could win any kind of game. Manchester City have that. But I think Manchester City's problem is, can they do it next season? Can they win the Premier League next season? Can they regain the title? Can they win the Champions League next season? If they had to do this season, is on this season, next season, then we'll probably question City are one of the greatest teams. But I think right now it's too soon to say that City are one of the greatest teams we've ever seen in the Premier League, but they're definitely up there as a contender for it. But I will say, there's a lot of buts in this by the way, I will say that Manchester City should win the league every season. The squad they have, the money they have, and the manager they have, they should have won the league last year, and they should have won it, and they definitely won it this season. But they're the best team. They played Tottenham this weekend. Tottenham didn't really, they were off in the game really. Tottenham just thought, nah, who cares? We're playing for the FA Cup. We're going to get top four anyway. We beat Chelsea. Woo-wee-doopy-doo. That's what they're playing for Tottenham this season. As for, so they weren't really at. I thought the man of the match in the game was Kevin De Bruyne, who has been, through his criticism this season, but I thought he was excellent in this game. I thought Sané was amazing, and he's turned to be one of the same. He has to be up there as the young player of the year this year, Sané, for Manchester City. But Manchester City are prime champions, not really surprised with the money they have and the spending power they have. Speaking of Manchester United, who got beat, which means they just hand City the title, they couldn't beat West Brom, and that's right, let me say it again, Manchester United, who have the attacking talent, can't even score a goal against the worst Premier League team in the league. I mean, that just sums up Manchester United this season, doesn't it? Like, they've had Pogba, Rashford, Lukaku, Jesse Lingard. You've got probably the best goalkeeper in the world, David De Gea, and I don't know what the gap is between them and Manchester United. I think it's over 16 points. Also, you also have to put the fact they were knocked out in the Champions League by Sevilla, and the only thing they're fighting for right now is the FA Cup against Tottenham. And apart from that, it hasn't really been a great season for Manchester United. But they finished 6th last year, now they're probably finishing 2nd this season. So in terms of league position, it is a major step up, but in terms of their season, it's been a very disappointing season for Manchester United. But next season they're going to spend more money like they always do. Mourinho's going to play more negative football like he always does. So I'm not really surprised anymore with Manchester United, because I just don't feel like, I watch Man United, they have so many players, but it's like they're trying to build an ultimate team in FIFA, and somehow it just doesn't work in terms of chemistry, and that's what I see in Manchester United. Pogba, and you just can't get Pogba, Rashford, and Alexis Sanchez, and Martial in this team. It's impossible. But I will give credit to West Brom. They were excellent in this game. James McLean, who didn't play one game under Alan Pardew, somehow was man of the match against Manchester United. Also, Ben Foster had a really good game. He made some big saves in the game and fully deserved to win the game. West Brom. It's too little, too late. They should have sacked Alan Pardew a month ago and maybe have a chance of staying up. Right now, they don't have a chance of staying up. It's only a matter of time before they drop to the Championship. Speaking of teams dropping to the Championship, Southampton, who look like it is literally writing on the wall. They couldn't beat Chelsea, even though they were 2-0 up. Even though Marcus Alonso should have been sent off, and Giroud came off the bench, scored 2 goals, and Eden Hazard, who has been literally below par this season, scores a goal as well. But I thought, for me, Chelsea's best player this season has to be William. But I actually now feel like, is any of the players this season be good for Chelsea? I mean, like the signings they brought in, like Morata, who's not done it, whatever. I mean, he had a great start this season. Don't know what's happened to him since. You also look at Bakayoko, where he's been doing nothing this season, and also many other players. I think Rudiger is probably the only signing you could actually say has had a good season in terms of successful signings just about in the summer, because the rest have been appalling. But I would say Chelsea next season need a new manager, because Antonio Conte will not be the manager next season. He doesn't want to be there. And look, it could be Allegri, it could even be, for all we know, Marco Silva. He's been linked with a job recently, so I don't really know what to feel for Chelsea, because they win the league, then they somehow fall down a flight of stairs and trying to pick up the league again, and then they fall down another flight of stairs. They literally, it's like playing snakes and ladders with this team. They go up a ladder and down a snake, and up a ladder and then down a snake. And I mean, when I'm talking about the ladder, I mean win the league, then the snake drop down to 5th or 10th. They've been awful this season, and for me, 5th place is probably the best you're going to get from this season. And just like Tottenham and just like Manchester United, save your season is winning the FA Cup. As for Southampton, I think you guys are going down. I just don't see where you're going to pick wins from. Crystal Palace get a massive win against arch rivals Brighton in a real hot-headed derby, you could say, between these two teams. It was an absolute cracking game. There was 5 goals in the first half, and it could have been 2 red cards in this game as well. But the player I want to talk about is Wilfried Zaha. He literally has been sensational for Crystal Palace. I'm a massive fan of him. I think he, for me, will be going to a top club in the summer. I wouldn't mind Newcastle Utd having him, or even maybe like of Everton or something. I think he will definitely be going for Palace in the summer. Maybe Manchester City could buy him. I don't know. They could buy anyone really. But I think that's a massive win for Palace, and I think that win maybe probably need another win just to make sure they're going to stay up the season. Brighton, I think you guys have enough points right now. You probably need maybe another draws here or there, but I think you're going to be perfectly fine. Yes, you have terrible fixtures from now to the end of the season, but I think the points you have now, I think is enough, is probably just enough to keep you in the Premier League. Newcastle United are literally safe and could finish 8th this season, and I know somehow, some way, I never thought I'd say that. They beat Arsenal 2-1, they fully deserved to beat Arsenal 2-1. Arsenal were as bad as you ever seen it, because A, they don't know how to defend, and B, Arsene Wenger thought it would be a good idea to put a centre back at right back. That's right, a centre back playing right back. How dumb must you be if you're playing Chambers at right back? Come on, man, I mean, what the hell? He's a centre back. I don't know why would you try. I don't understand why Arsenal are even resting players for this game, because they don't play in the Europa League for a week or 10 days. Like, you're trying to build some momentum to playing, even though you're not going to get you don't have a monkey's chance of beating Atletico Madrid. And the only chance for you guys of anything this season, if Arsene Wenger somehow decides to leave at the end of the season, which is probably the only thing Arsenal fans are clinging on for right now, because for me, their season's been appalling, and they finished behind Burnley this season, who won this weekend. I think you could say this for once. I could say this for once. Arsenal are now a bang standard Premier League team, and me right now nowhere near top 4. They're not even they're a cats and hell chance of getting the title. They're not even close to getting the top 4 right now. Arsenal are looking behind them instead of in front of them, and that is a worrying sign if you're an Arsenal. As for Michael Newcastle, we were excellent this season. Rafa Benitez has literally somehow galvanised that team from championship bag standard team to now a top 10 Premier League club. It's absolutely astonishing, really, and for me, Rafa Benitez has to be a candidate for manager this season, along with Sean Dyche and Pep Guardiola. How they're 10th, 2 points behind 2 points behind Leicester, and a point behind Everton, who have spent 12 lorry loads of cash in terms of signings. They bought in Pickford, they bought in the likes of many other players, and they couldn't beat Swansea this week and get a big point from them. And also the last game is Liverpool wiped the floor with Bournemouth after they qualified for the Champions League semi-final. Congratulations to them. I really hope Liverpool win the Champions League, because I'm sick and tired of the Spanish clubs winning the goddamn competition. It'd be nice to see even Roma, who somehow surprised everyone, and they're now in the semi-finals. But I think it'd be great to see Liverpool in the Champions League. They wiped the floor with Bournemouth 3-0. Mohamed Salah scores his 40th goal of the season, which is now 7 behind probably the greatest striker ever played for Liverpool, Ian Rush, for goals he scored in a season, which is fucking ridiculous. And also, I want to give a shout out to Alexander Arnold, who I thought was amazing in this game. And I think right now, if you had to pick who in terms of England fullbacks, you probably have to pick this guy ahead of everybody else, because he right now has been immense in the 2 legs against Manchester City, and also in this game against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, the season's finished. You're probably going to finish 11th, 12th, 10th this season. Okay, here's the Premier League table where Manchester City are champions of the Premier League on 87 points and a huge gap back to Manchester United, who are second, only a point ahead of Liverpool, but they do have a game in hand. Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal, Burnley, Leicester and Everton stay as they are. Newcastle United are only 2 points off the top 8. And at the bottom is Bournemouth, Watford who stay as he is. Then it's Brighton, Huddersfield, who probably need a couple more points just to make sure they're safe, even though I think they are. West Ham, who played tonight, beat Stoke, they are safe. Then it's Palace, Swansea, Southampton, Stoke and West Brom need literally to be going to church more and probably need to start doing rain dances or doing some shit or doing some voodoo shit if they have any chance of staying up. I don't think they have a chance of staying up. Alright guys, this is what's happened this week in the Bundesliga. And the big game, it was a derby between Dortmund and Schalke, both teams who massively hate each other, and Schalke will finish above Dortmund this season after they wiped the floor from 2-0. Now those scores peck of the bunch goals, which has to be Bundesliga goal this season. Like, it was a fucking steam rocket of a goal. You ain't saving that. Even if you have 4 goalkeepers on net, it still won't fucking be saved. But Dortmund this season have not been at it from day one. This season, they've had a great start to this season, Dortmund. I don't know what has happened to them. They've literally like climbed the Kilimanjaro and then somehow just died while they're there, because they've been appalling for the third of the season. They sacked the manager this season. They brought in our manager, it hasn't worked. They right now are only goal difference of being third, and you have to look right now with Leipzig draw. I think Leipzig won this weekend, Hoffenheim won this weekend too. They're looking behind them, and they right now, Dortmund may not finish top 4. I think saying that they have a chance to finish second right now. That's gone. Schalke have been immense this season. That win has definitely looked like they are going to finish second this year, and for me, you have to say Dortmund are in deep trouble, and they may not finish top 4 this year, which is absolutely unbelievable. But good one for Schalke. They've been sensational this season. Leverkusen, who are also fighting Frankfurt for the Champions League places, that's a massive win for them. They won 4-1 and a hat-trick for one of the Bayer Leverkusen players who've been very inconsistent, you could say, Leverkusen this season. They have a really good player, Bailly, who I like him a lot, but then they got a really good talented German player also in Olivier Brandt, I think his name is. He's been sensational, this season. And he has also been given a new contract at Leverkusen, and he's definitely paying it because he's been really good in recent weeks. I think that will put Leverkusen. I think they could finish above Dortmund this season, but then it's sort of yo-yoing who's going to get the 3rd spot, 4th spot, 5th, 6th, 7th this year, because so many teams have been inconsistent this season. And Leverkusen are one of them. Frankfurt have had an amazing season, and their manager is now going to be the Bayern Munich manager next season. So we're going to see what he can really do with Bayern next season, even though they won the league. And Bayern could easily win the treble this season, which means Jörg Henke has done an incredible job. But it's going to be interesting what that Frankfurt manager does with Bayern Munich next season. And speaking of Bayern Munich, they win 5-1 against Gladbach. What routine win? It wasn't even their full strength team. Serge Wagner came on, started the game, scored 2 goals. And Lewandowski got a goal as well, so it was a routine win against Gladbach. We did take a lead in this game, but Gladbach, single-handed this season, have been dog shit, and defensively have got major problems. And Torgan Hazard, I think, will be sold in the summer, and that means Gladbach, they're going to find another player that they always have, always like Royce and many other players have come from Gladbach's system, and they sell because that's just what they are as a club. But for me, Leverkusen, Gladbach had a poor season. Bayern Munich showing their superiority. And last game is Werder Bremen drew against Leipzig this weekend. Leipzig, who did take a lead in this game thanks to Ola Lukman. Someone's name, Lukman, the guy they signed on loan from Everton, who actually hopefully does well there. He looks like a real prospect for the future. But Werder Bremen get a goal back, and they have a really good form recently, and I think they're safe now with 37 points. I think that's enough to keep them up, because the 2 teams on the bottom both lost this weekend. So I expect Werder Bremen to pretty much finish top 10, maybe even best of the rest, really. As for Leipzig, Champions League looks precarious for you guys, and you were knocked out in Europa League by Marseille, so it looks like the season's pretty much over. So here's the Bundesliga table, where we all know Bayern Munich were champions on 75 points. Then Schalke, who are second, 55 points. Leverkusen are above Dortmund on goal difference. Then it's Leipzig, Hoffenheim, who pretty much swap places. Hoffenheim now move above Frankfurt, then it's Clubback stays they are. Hertha Berlin go above Stuttgart on goal difference. On the bottom, Augsburg, Werder Bremen, Hanover stay as they are. Wolfsburg go above Freiburg on goal difference. Mainz played tonight against Freiburg in a massive relegation match. And Hamburg and Cologne, it looks bleak for you two guys. If you don't win any games, if you don't get a win next weekend, you are definitely down. So guys, let's see what happened this week in La Liga. Barcelona win again. They win in a big game against Valencia, which we all know. Can Barcelona go whole season unbeaten? I think they can. It's all down to Real Madrid, who somehow fuck up everybody else's season pretty much. But Valencia played well in this game and banging on get a draw in this match. I thought they played really well, apart from Luis Suarez's goal and Umtiti's header. And I know Javi Pereira scored a penalty, but Barcelona weren't at it from the majority of that game. Luis Suarez is not happy with the way Barcelona played in the Champions League because they were awful. They were knocked out by Roma. They blew a 3-0 lead. Lionel Messi, I know Lionel Messi has had an amazing season, but not even Lionel Messi can make sure this team can somehow grind results in every single game. Even he's going to have a bad game. But I'm not saying that I'm not hating on. I'm not saying that. Oh, there's going to be so many Ronaldo haters saying, "Oh, Messi did crap. Why not slay him?" Yes, you can't slay a player if the team's shit. But the fact of the matter is, Roma were outstanding and Dzeko was excellent in the game. But for me, right now, Barcelona have winning the league and go whole season unbeaten is still an achievement for me. But being knocked out by Roma is pretty much dampening the mood of Barcelona's sort of title win. But I think Barcelona have had a very good season and they get a double this year under Valverde. Who's manager of Barcelona? Esto Valverde, who's had an excellent first season in Barcelona. I think that's a very good season. Atletico Madrid went 3-0 against Levante in a very routine win for them. They also were playing Arsenal in the Champions League after they somehow got beat by Sporting Lisbon, but they had enough in the end to win 2-1 in aggregate against Sporting Lisbon. So they play Arsenal. Not a good draw for Arsenal. It's a very tricky draw for Atletico, but I still think Atletico Madrid should have enough to go through in this tie. But they are going to finish second this season, Atletico Madrid. They had a very interesting season, you can say. They knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League. They could win the Europa League, finish second this year. I still think that's a very good season for Atletico Madrid. And I think, yeah, Diego Simeone should be happy. He may still be disappointed with the way they sort of crumbled this season, Atletico Madrid, in the first half of the season. But they've had a very good season. Real Madrid win 2-1 and a very routine win for them as well. They had enough to beat Real Madrid. Malaga, who for me are now officially relegated. Are they officially relegated? No. Okay. They're going to be officially relegated, Malaga, because they've been shite all season. And for me, good luck getting out of the Segunda division and the second division of Spanish football next year, because you know a chance. Also, Real Madrid go above Valencia after their defeat to Barcelona. And the last game, and Deportivo, shout out Deportivo, who made 2 wins in a row. I said last week, if they get a win this weekend, they have a chance of staying up. And they have done that. They got 6 points from 6. Like I said, they have a sneaky little chance, you could say, a sneaky chance of staying up this season, Deportivo. But they need to win the next game to have any chance of staying up. If they can somehow make back-to-back wins, 3 wins in a row, then I'd probably say Levante. Maybe a little bit curious, but I think it's just too big of a points gap for Deportivo to somehow reach. But hey, I've seen many great escapes before. This one could easily happen. And Villarreal played Sevilla in a 2-2 draw. Sevilla, who had a man sent off. Villarreal, who had a man sent off. And yeah, it was a very tenfold game. Inzaghi scored in not contender for goal of the season, but Villarreal will be very disappointed in the way they played in that game, because for me they bossed the game and somehow got a draw from the game, and somehow this probably sums up both teams' season this year. As much as Sevilla did get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, they haven't been consistent all year. And Villarreal sold their best striker in the January transfer window, and they right now are struggling to score goals as much as Carlos Bacca has been a good signing, but you can totally see why AC Milan got him. He's just not consistent enough. Okay, the La Liga table where Barcelona on top 82 points and will be crowned champions next week if they win and Atletico Madrid don't. Atletico Madrid are second Still second. Then it's Real Madrid who leapfrog Valencia by 2 points. Then it's Real Betis, your fifth, Villarreal, Sevilla, Granola, Celta Vigo, and Getafe. And at the bottom, it's Real Sociedad up to 11th, Elbar, Leganés, El Bilbao, Alves, Espanyol, Levante, Deportivo La Coruña, who probably need a win next week. They have a small chance of staying up, but for me, they need another win. If they can get another win next weekend, then I'll be very worried if I was a Levante Espanyol fan right now. Las Palmas and Malaga, for me, will be playing Spanish second division football next season. Okay, here's what happened this week in Serie A. And in Serie A, the big game was between Lazio, was pretty much between the Champions League places. Lazio versus Roma, which finished goalless. Lazio got a man sent off at the end of the game. Jack with the bar at the end of the game. It wasn't really a great game. Both teams pretty much a draw was a fair result. Inter drew as well this weekend, which sums Inter Milan up right now. Apart from Mario Icardi, who is going for a little drought at the minute with no goals in his last 3 matches. Also, Ezan Perisic has not been anywhere near I thought he would have done at the start of the season. He's been very poor recently. It just hasn't had any, I don't know if it's in terms of creativity or anything, but he's not been at it so far the second half of the season. So Inter Milan, Lazio and Roma, it literally is going down to a Champions League playoff. Who gets that Champions League spot for me? Because those 3 teams, it's going down last day of the season. Who gets 3rd, 4th and 5th. Next weekend between Napoli and Juventus is the biggest game of Napoli's season by a freaking mile. Because they lost it, they couldn't beat AC Milan this weekend because of things known now. Even Donnarumma made an excellent save at the end of the match, was absolutely sensational. But Juventus won 3-0 this weekend against Sampdoria. Comfortable win really, and now the gap is stretching bigger and bigger and bigger. And right now, if Napoli do not beat Juventus next weekend, I think Juventus will be crowned 7 straight league titles, which is absolutely incredible to say the least. But right now, Napoli, I just don't see it in you guys. But if you beat Juventus, because Juventus still plays AC Milan in the Coppa Italia final, you've got a chance. You've definitely got a chance. But I just don't see it. But hey, anything can happen because football is literally unpredictable. And last game was Benevento drew 2-2 against Sassuolo. Sassuolo, like, come on. You can't even beat the worst team in Serie A, probably the worst team in all of top 5 leagues this season. You can't even beat them. Like, come on. You're going to get relegated, but you can't beat the worst team in the league. Come on. We all knew Benevento when you relegated. And for me, Sassuolo, I'll be very worried right now if I was you. Here's the Serie A. Hey, Bo. Where Juventus top 84 points. Napoli are second. We're so big of a gap now, it's going to be really difficult for them to catch them. Lazio, Roma and Inter 1 point separates them 3 for Champions League spots. Milan have got Fiorentina for company because they're catching them big time. Atalanta, Sampdoria and Torino right up top 10. At the bottom is Bologna, Genoa, Udinese. I'd be curious for you guys because you're sort of easing down the table a bit and you're sort of struggling for form. Sassuolo, who couldn't beat the worst team in the league this season. I don't know what's going on with you guys. Chievo, Splat, Crotone, Verona and Benevento are still in the bottom 3, and Benevento will be relegated midweek if they don't win and Crotone and Splat win. Simple as that, even though they've been relegated since the ball's been kicked this season because they couldn't win a game. If only lost 14 games in a row, which is their Serie A record, that's why you're going down. Alright, here's last league earn. And the Ligue 1 PSG, just like Manchester City, were crowned champions this week after they humiliated. When I mean humiliated, I literally mean they got fucked in the ass, humiliated. 7-1 by the outgoing champions Monaco, who single-handedly have been they just woke up from a hangover thinking, what the fuck have I just seen? And that's what it felt like. PSG were excellent. Di Maria and Liseko, I think his name is the midfield player plays PSG. He was excellent in this game. Cavani has been amazing this season. I think he's scored over 27 goals in Ligue 1 this year, which I think, as much as Cavani gets lost stick, he's definitely a great striker. I think if he goes to the Premier League, I think he will do well. I just think he gets a lot of the haters that really hate him. But I actually like Cavani. I think he's a really good striker. But PSG this season. We all knew they were going to win the league. We all knew they were going to dominate France. They just can't do it in the Champions League. I don't know what it is with them. They just can't. Also, Neymar, for me, you don't need Neymar. It looks like, look, the last month, PSG have become a better team. Yes, I know they've knocked out in the Champions League, but since then, they haven't only lost one game since, which was against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Since, because it goes to show, PSG without Neymar is a better team. Simple as that. Good win for PSG, and congratulations on them winning back their Ligue title from Monaco. Lyon win quite comfortably, really. 3-0 on men's, and Memphis Depay has really been looked like in the player that Manchester United wanted to buy, really, because he has been so good for PSG in like recent weeks. His goals, Ivo is excellent in this game. He's also made some really good assists as well, so really good for him. PSG, Lyon look like to be getting third this season because Marseille just beat Troyes 3-2. It wasn't for Florian Thauvin's world-class goal at the end, they wouldn't have gone out from this game. But I just look at Marseille, they're sort of looking to get in the Champions next season by the Europa League, and I don't see them getting Champions League football right now if they finish third, because I think Lyon will get it. So it's sort of like that, really. But hey, a good comeback in the end from Marseille. Troyes, you guys in the find results sooner rather than later. And last game, I want to give a shout out to Metz, who get a big win for them, which closes the gap to the relegation, so gives them a little chance of staying up this season. And yeah, they maybe have a chance to stay up this year. It just feels like it's really congested down there in Ligue 1 relegation dogfight, which is literally anyone's guess who goes down this year. You can pick Lille, you can pick Toulouse. It literally is anyone's guess who can go down. I'm telling you right now, I can't say, because it's so wide open. Alright, here's the Ligue 1 table where PSG are champions on 87 points. Monaco are second, Lyon, Marseille stay as they are. Who are only goal difference, so it's going to be a really tight end to who gets Champions League football. Rennes are fifth, Nice, Montpellier, Saint Etienne, who have massive win this weekend, moves them and they're only point off fifth. So the table start the season with Saint Etienne in hand, they're really starting to become some momentum. They could finish fifth this year. Then it's Nantes and Bordeaux, who are 10th. And the bottom is Dijon, it's Gandon, Dijon, Angers, Armans, Caen, Strasbourg, Toulouse, Lille, Troyes, and Metz. It is really tight down there. 5 points. Metz have a chance, but it's really, really tight because there's only 1 point separate Toulouse, Lille, and Troyes in the relegation zone. Alright guys, there the football impact for this episode. You guys have an amazing day and enjoy yourselves while you're at it. Please like, subscribe. The Natural is out.